Hey guys, StapleGun here. Welcome back to the channel, and it's another episode of the weekly thing on my channel, Staple Speaks. Now, the topic for today is what I think is Paul Pogba. And Paul Pogba currently he looks out of place in Man United. Let's be honest. He's not playing well ever since that record transfer fee, the original record transfer fee. Now it's been broken, obviously, but what has exactly happened to him? Like, he doesn't look like the same guy who would come in and week out, and we all would be dribbling over this guy because of how good of a centre mid he was at Juventus. But now he looks out of place and he doesn't look comfortable in Man United. And I'm gonna try and discuss that because while on international duty, he looks like a man alive. He looks like an amazing French centre midfielder who deserves to be at a world class club, which, let's be honest, Man United at this point isn't, even though they beat Chelsea 4-0 at the start of the season. That's about it. They won the Manchester Derby yesterday as well, but again, that's it. You can't actually pinpoint any big trophies they've won in the past decade, and I think that's a club where Pogba needs to go. A club where he can potentially win trophies, or where he can completely improve the squad with his experience and his skill. And he needs a better club, and we're gonna discuss why. So first we're going to break down why exactly do I think Paul Pogba needs to move. Now the first thing is obviously he needs a new challenge. Let's be honest, Man United are doing nothing. All they're in is the Europa League and the FA Cup. The Premier League's almost already lost. And now I think Pogba needs to go to a place which has a lot of potential to grow. And a place where he can hone his talents and get back to that top level. And I think that's the exact thing he needs. Could he go to maybe the La Liga? Maybe he could go back to the Serie A. I think he is bored at Man United. The entire place is a negative atmosphere to him, and he needs to change that, which is one of the main reasons I think he should move. So second reason I think he should move away from Man United is he needs to play with better teammates. Let's think about the French national team, which he's playing so well for. Let's think about some of the people in that team. Varane, Griezmann, Mbappe, Kante. The list goes on and on. However, in Man United right now, it's not their period. Let's be honest, their period has long gone of their good players, and he needs to move to a place which currently is in their boom period, a club with a lot of potential for young players, and he can be a mentor. He can be like an entire manager, sort of. He needs to step in to this leadership role. He needs to take responsibility. If he has to go to a new club, he needs to take the responsibility, say that this is my club. I need to coach these younger people, and I need to make this club better, which is exactly another reason why I believe he needs to move. Now, reason number three, let's be honest, he's had too many tussles with backroom staff at Man United that he needs to move away from the place and get himself a more positive atmosphere and a better workplace. At Juventus, he was very happy, and right now at Man United, he almost seems depressed. It almost seems like he's forced to go out on the pitch, which no footballer should ever feel like. We obviously know what happened with Jose Mourinho. Even though how much ever they deny it, we know there was something wrong in the backroom staff. We know he's having some tussles with the players, and he really needs to move to try and get away from all this negative energy surrounding him and people calling him a showboat. He needs to strip down this entire mentality and go to a new club and start all over again. He needs to go back to that old Man United Pogba. By old Man United, I mean his first stint at Man United and the original Juventus Pogba, the Pogba we all used to adore and used to say, this man is the little successor of Xavi. And now we move on to what clubs I think he should sign for. Now, the transfer rumors around Pogba are linking him to either Real Madrid or Juventus. Now, I have a solid reason why he shouldn't go to either of these clubs. If you think about it, he's going to be competing for his spot in the team a lot when he really needs to be playing week in, week out, every single match day. And he needs to be in the stock centimeter role to make and dictate the entire play. However, if he goes to a place like Real, he'll be competing for spots with Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and Casemiro, three world-class midfielders. While at Juventus, he'll be competing with Sami Khedira, Spinazzola, Benucci, Bernardeschi. The list goes on and on of the people he's going to have to compete his spot with. Especially, let's not forget, he's going to have to compete with Blossom Matuidi if he goes to Juventus, his French teammate. So I think it's going to be like one person makes the team, one person doesn't. And I don't think there should be a spot like that. And Pogba deserves to go game in, game out. And now we get to the clubs I think he should go to. So the first club I think would be ideal for Pogba to move to, if he wants to move back to Italy, it should be Inter Milan and not Juventus. Now I have my reasons why. Inter Milan are in this developing phase. They're in this rebuild phase. They need one world class talent to aid them along this way, and Paul Pogba could easily be that. Right now, their strike force consists of Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku, both firing on full cylinders. Plus, he would fit in a good midfield with Marcel Brozovic, and I feel that if he has to go back to Italy, if he needs to go back to Italy to get back that form, it shouldn't be for Juventus, it should be for this up and coming team, this team that's probably dropped off and it's trying to get back to its old glory days, the days when it used to be like one of the powerhouses of Europe. He needs to go back to Italy, and if he does, he needs to go to Inter Milan. Now we go to the second team. Now, the second team I'm talking about is Borussia Dortmund from the Bundesliga. It's a completely new challenge and it's going to be very suited to his fast style of football. The entire French national team is very close to how Borussia Dortmund plays currently, and he would be in the middle of the park along with Axel Witsel and completely providing all the passes, leading the team, and sort of running the ship, I would say. And that is an exact role I feel he has to do. It's the role he's been christened to make and do since he started football. And that's another reason why he should move to Dortmund. He is helping them at the young side with Jadon Sancho, Rafael Guerrero, and Ashraf Hakimi, and so many other people that he can aid them towards knocking Bayern off the top of their perch, which they've been for the last, 10 years or so. And I feel this is the second best team he can move to. Now we go to the third side. Now, the third best team for me that I think Pogba can move to is LSC Lille. Now, the one downside to this is that they are knocked out of the Champions League and they're not even going to get Europa League football next season. So he is going to be out of Europe, and that's going to be a bit of a hard thing to do. However, we know that Lille currently are in the top four of the League 1, and I think that if he can do this, he can get to the Champions League, he can get back to his entire stop, and he can rule the entire domain of the Champions League. Plus, isn't it crazy that he's a French talent and he was not raised by a single club in France? Now, that is a thing that I think he can rectify by going to this Lille side. Now I think with their sides such as Osman and Bamba, and they're so young players that I feel Lille could are like second favorites to win the league. And now we go to the outro. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe the video. if you are new. I want to get 10 subscribers by Christmas, and we're going to try. It seems crazy, but we're still gonna do it. But until then, peace.